Hey, thanks for being here. I was just sent this, and it's now it's out. It's public now. But I have a statement from Maricopa County Supervisor Clint Hickman. He represents District 4. Been the chairman of that. He's Hickman's Farms, family farms. He has been in this community for generations. That family's been in this community for generations, and he has released a statement. And I'm going to read it. It's not very long. For more than a decade, it's been my privilege to represent the West Valley as a Maricopa County Supervisor. The communities of District 4 mean the world to me. I grew up here, worked here at our family farm here, met my wife, and raised our kids here. To be able to give back to a place that has given so much to me is an honor. But time is a valuable commodity. We use it. We never get it back. My family has been gracious and unselfish in supporting me as I campaigned, served, held town halls and breakfasts with constituents, been part of early morning and late night meetings with county business, made decisions that brought significant attention and had profound impact, all things that come with public service. I'm proud of this period of my life, but I want more time with my family. Therefore, I will not seek another term as the county supervisor representing District 4. I'm choosing to give my undivided attention to my wife, children, family, business, and my friends. I couldn't be more excited. To my constituents, thank you for trusting me to serve our West Valley. Never forget the power you have as voters to choose your representatives. They can be people of courage and integrity who share your values and put the well-being of the community first. It's my sincere hope that I've been that kind of public servant for you. So Clint Hickman, who's been a guest on this show, and I've made no bones about the fact that I'm friends with Clint. I admire Clint Hickman. I admire the entire Hickman family. What the reason why I mention his entire family is they've all been dragged into what's happened. When the election integrity conversation came up, and it should have come up, that the conversation needed to happen, and people were curious, and people were concerned, and some people believed bad things about our elections, but personal attacks happened, and personal attacks happened against Bill Gates. He's been very, very clear, another supervisor, not the billionaire. Bill Gates, with the County Board of Supervisors, has been very forthright about how it impacted him emotionally. And Clint Hickman has been very clear about a lot of things that have happened to him. He's had people dressed in chicken costumes show up at his house. He's had hundreds of people, or over 100 people, on his front lawn where the police had to intervene. He's had his life threatened by somebody outside of the state who not only was arrested but has been convicted and jailed because he made death threats against Clint Hickman. And the other part of it is dragging the family business into this, the accusations that they intentionally burned down one of their barns at their family business. So before I talk specifically about this with Clint Hickman, I want to address something else. I don't know many people in the Hickman family. I know Clint, I know his sister, I've met some of the other family members, but I met them doing charity work in Arizona. I met them not just donating eggs, but working, showing up and cooking food, showing up and delivering food. Every conversation we've had since I've known him, most of them have been founded in what can we do to help the community? What can we do to make this a better place? That doesn't mean that you have to agree with what he's ever done or how he's ever done it, but to go after somebody's character, especially a family business that has been here for generations. I mean generations. You've got organizations here in Arizona, and I know I'm going to miss some, but you've got Bashas' and that family-owned business that now is owned by another corporation, but was a family-run grocery chain. They also have Food City, and they have AJ's. You've got Hickman Farms and the generations that they've been here. Sanderson Ford, almost 70 years here in the Valley. These are the businesses that have been here forever and given back so much to the community. And they shouldn't have their character dragged through the mud because people disagree with an election. Now, again, I was open to an audit, and I don't want to convolute the two here too much, other than I would say to you that Clint Hickman has faced this head on. Clint Hickman faced this head on. He was a frequent guest on this show, defending himself, defending the board, defending the county, defending the county recorder. And he also came on and talked about when mistakes happened. They did not run when things didn't go well. They came on, they explained it, they apologized, they hired an independent investigator to go out and find out exactly what happened. They put a bright light on what happened to make sure everybody knew exactly what happened. All of those things are true. And so I bring this up At some point, we have got to start disagreeing in a civil way. It's unfortunate. I mean, he's leaving to be with his family, and I think that to be able to put an exclamation point at the end of a career and say, "I've done my job. I hope I've done it well." The guy helps run a family business. Again, he's got a family that's growing up, and he's right about time. He's saying it's time for me to let somebody else serve the public. I hope I've done a good job, and he's moving on. He's not even mentioning any of the negative things that have happened, but there's no way that hasn't played a role in a lot of the things that happened. Your family allows you to sacrifice. Your family allows you to serve. He lists them here. The early mornings and the late nights and the weekends and the town halls and the things that I had to do when I was campaigning, all of that stuff they were there for. Now, I'm adding this. This isn't Mr. Hickman. This is me. Then you add on top of that, when it gets so vitriolic and nasty that your wife and your children are terrified because there are people outside of your home that want to come in and make a citizen's arrest. The police have to be called. You've got some maniac that is making death threats against you that the courts deem so serious that they not only arrested him, they brought him here, jailed him, and he's serving time. Your family shouldn't have to endure that. No one should have to endure that. You yourself, I will tell you from my perspective, if it was happening to me, then it happens to me. I chose the office. I chose the time. I chose to do this. And if the arrows come my way, then I'm going to have to take them. I'm going to fight back. I'm going to call the police. I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to do that. But my family should not have to be afraid. My children shouldn't have to worry about walking out the front door. My wife shouldn't have to worry about it. Now, how much that played a role in this, I don't know, but I'll tell you from my perspective what kind of a person Clint Hickman is. He addressed his constituents. He addressed the job that he did. He addressed the pride in the community that he has. He addressed why he's leaving to be with his family. You know what he didn't address? He didn't address the maniacs, the people that showed up. There were a couple of idiots in the middle of the night, and they're idiots, showed up in the middle of the night at his house with flyers just to mock their family or whatever else, dressed in chicken outfits. That happened. He's never talked about it. Didn't go public with it. Probably didn't want me to go public with it. But it happened. It's one of those areas. It is a blight on the system. Whether you like him or you don't like him as far as what he did in the office, to drag his family into it and to threaten his family is ridiculous. But this statement shows, in my opinion, who Clint Hickman is.